Yo 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 what's good YouTube. So yeah guys, I'm back with another one, man. Hippie soul in the building, you feel me? So like on this video we're gonna talk about like this is one of the best things that I've ever known, you understand, that I've ever known. However you look at it, if it's wisdom, knowledge, pseudoscience, whatever you want to call it, you know. But that's just my experience, you understand, and that's how I look at it. Then that's how I want everyone. That's how I think everyone should like formulate their ideas about the world. You understand? That's how I think everyone should formulate their ideas, by tapping into the no space, the clear space. You understand? Once you can tap into the clear space, then you are now experiencing the 95% of life that the eyes can't perceive. You understand? So you know, scientists even like proved it with like prior to their researches and stuff like that like we only perceiving like 1%, or if I'm not lying, like 5% of the actual reality. We are only perceiving, like our eyes, our senses are only able to detect just that 5%, like that 5%, only 5% of the whole thing, you know. So like the only way to look at it at this point is to say that 95% or that 99% is where God is. You understand? That's where God is. So, and let me I just wanna look for a good spot. So, like, yeah, as you can see, it's windy and stuff. I'm just chilling at the park type shit on Sunday. So, like, yeah, as I said, you know, tapping into the clear space, like, look at it this way. Everywhere that you're gonna look at, where there is pure space, where there is pure space, just know that that's a color in its own. That's a color, you understand? It's a color like all the other colors, you understand? It's a color. Don't look at it like there's nothing over there, you understand? Look at it as in like there is a color, but it's that color, it's clear. That's the name of the color. Clairvoyance, clarity. It's all clear, you understand? That's the name of the color. That's the name we're gonna give the color, based upon like how the name and the physicality resonate with each other, you understand? Like there's no other color that you can compare with, that which that will look like that will represent or resemble clarity as much as clear space, you understand? Like even if you can take black, for instance, black is not clear because within black there is all kinds of color that come from black, but black comes from nothing, you understand? So there is a difference. A lot of people think that like the universe comes from pure blackness or pure darkness, you know, just because we are in dark space, or like we are in dark matter. Like understand that dark matter is the subconscious level of the universe, you understand? And pure space or clear space, like look at it this way. You know, when you are dreaming, when you close your eyes, of course it's black and stuff, but as soon as you doze off, like it's colorless, you understand? That's clarity. That's the color that I'm speaking about. So that color is an actual color, like your red, like your yellow there that you see from the sun type shit. But yeah, that color is an actual color, you understand? So we can say that black manifested from this color, you understand? Black, the color that we perceive as black, yes, it's the first color to manifest before light, you understand? what manifested first was the the the, the space in which colors are going to emerge from, you understand? So let me say, if you blend clear space with the color black, that's when you're gonna get to like actually see the visual of what we call light. So the color that makes up light, the yellow spectrum, the color that forms for that, like every color that becomes visible because of the yellow spectrum color. Like you have to understand that that color is derived from the combination. Like, you know, when you combine colors and get a different color, that's what happened. When you combine the clear space color, like it's something that you cannot do with a logical sense, or a logic that is, you cannot explain it logically or even practically. To some certain degree you cannot do it, but through thorough introspection, reflection, meditation, all of that, clairvoyance, through that's when you're gonna be able to see that clarity is all, it's a color, it's not even a color, it's pure chemicals, you understand? It's where chemicals are, it's where all the chemicals come from. They don't come from black matter. Chemicals come from clear space, because even the air that we breathe, even the wind that I'm feeling right now, comes from clear space, you understand? It's just right here in your eyes. You can even say it, you can even see it, that okay, I mean, this wind that I'm feeling right now, that is blowing at me, I can't see this wind, you know, I cannot see it at all. It's clear, so it means that it comes from clear space. So when you blend the clear space with the black space, you get the light spectrum, you understand? You get light spectrums of light. You get, like, it's like a chemical reaction, you understand? A chemical reaction happens when you mix that black spectrum and the clear spectrum. You get the light spectrum, you understand? It's like when you, it's like, how can I put it? So like, let me just go further with this thing, like to just make you understand how I even came to this realization that, like, clear space, what we see as clear space, I'm not talking about dark matter, which is in, like, you see, dark matter is in the outer space, it's outside of our planet. What I'm talking about right now is clear space, clear space, you understand? Because that's what all these universes are floating in. What we see, because we are within a universe, is dark matter. That's the only, like that's how far we can get, you understand? But if you can astral travel, if you can astral project, like if you can get into that clear state of being, if you can get into that, if you can tap into that clarity state of being, then you're gonna actually get these realizations that, okay, 95% that we do not see is actually clear space, and 2% of what we see is actually light, and the 3% is actually dark matter, you understand? And then the rest of the 95% is clear space. So you have to understand that in clear space you will find all kinds of things, you know, all kinds of things, of which some of them is me and you. We come from that clear space and we've manifested into this physical reality, you know. Like, I don't want to dive in deeper into how we even came here, but I just want to make you understand that if you can tap into that frequency, like, I think that clear space is the zero frequency, you understand? Because you have to understand that at this level, at this third dimension level, you get the frequency for 32 hertz and above. So the frequency that creates this level right here where we at is 432 hertz. This third level dimension is created by the 432 hertz. That frequency is what manifested into, that's what we jumped into as spirits to manifest. We jumped into the third level dimension, the frequency of which is 432 hertz, to manifest this stability, this reality, this earth-like structure, this third level, like this third level perception of reality. You understand? This third dimension level of perception of reality. Damn. So like, anyway guys, now if you can look at it, we can call the clear space the zero frequency, where now you are nothing. You are in resonance with nothing. You are in resonance with the overall person that we're living in, or the overall perimeter, the overall space of which all the other spaces come from, of which dark matter comes from. You understand? Of which light comes from. If you can tap into that, that's when you're gonna be able to get the broader perspective of all of these things: light, darkness, everything you're gonna see, because you cannot see anything that you are absorbed within. You understand? So like, for example, if I'm inside of a black matter, I won't see what's outside of black matter. You understand? If I'm inside of a light, I won't see what's outside of a light until I'm actually outside of that light as a spirit. You understand? So now the third eye, as we know, it's a spirit. The third eye is a sign for spirit. That's our spiritual being. That's where it jumps, in our third eye. You understand? So we live in that third eye, we see with that third eye, and that's our spirit. So now when we tap into that frequency, the third eye can receive images, thoughts and ideas that are at that frequency, that lower frequency, that 0 hertz, because at that frequency you actually cannot perceive anything, but at this third level dimension, using your spirit, you can you can create, using the shapes and forms that are available, that you resonate with. You can actually visualize or imagine how it looks like, you understand, to be at that 0 frequency state, where the spirit is not moving. We are just pure chemical reactions in balance, you understand? Because I don't even want to say chemical reaction, because like it goes deeper than that. Before we even become chemicals, before even chemicals become chemicals, before we even become spirits, and before even spirit become, or before even space becomes space, or before even clarity becomes clarity, you have to understand that, like, as much as there's a negative spectrum in the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there is sure a spectrum in the frequencies. You understand? There is a negative spectrum in the frequencies. So I believe that that spectrum in the negative side, it's a whole nother something, it's a whole nother nothing. It's something that is nothing, that we don't know, So as soon as I jump into that level, that's when I'm gonna share my knowledge. But for now, I was able to go to the 0 state frequency and way above that, understand, which is like way above, at about 120, like 120 hertz, you understand, 120 hertz. That's also where I've jumped as high as I could get. That's where I've reached, at the 120 level. But you have to understand that at the 120 level, you are going further and further into what we have created as spirits. You are not going further and further, or nearer and nearer into the initial state of being. What we are looking for is the initial state of being. we'll always look for like in the very same way that you see men come from the you know where men come from, as in men, as in a human. You know where humans come from. But when I talk about men, I'm talking about men in general, which are males. Males come from a vagina, and they'll always spend their time trying to get that sacred energy that they come from. You understand? And females, they get it from the males. You know, it's a balance. But I'm just trying to show you that in the very same way that men have that natural attraction to, like, the V word, spirits have the same attraction to their natural state, which is the zero frequency hertz. You understand? The zero frequency hertz state. That's where we resonate with as a whole. That's our natural, that's our outmost state of being, you know. Way above that and way below that is just creation. We're playing with creation on those levels, you understand? So, man, so deep, man, so deep. So, like, yeah, guys, for this video, that's all I'm gonna share with you on the clarity topic. But I'll just make it part 1, because this video, like, I want to upload another one on, like, but like, yo guys, I'll see you on the next one, man. So yeah, 777-888-444-999. You know, man, it's all alignments. As long as you're watching this video, and the fact that you've watched it until this very moment, then you know that you are truly aligned. You are truly aligned, you know. To a certain degree, you are truly aligned. So yeah, guys, I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace, bang.